welcome to my channel where I encourage others to Jesus. Have you ever noticed that an idle mind really is the devil's playground? He can have all kinds of fun there. I want to share one simple and easy trick that I have found that helps ease this trouble. So stay tuned to figure out my solution on your idle mind being the devil's playground. So we were talking about an idle mind is the devil's playground. So before I even get into this message, I wanted to share a story with you guys. Now, some of you actually may know that I used to work in a restaurant some time ago. And on this particular morning, we had a catering event. So on top of our normal customers that would come in and dine with us, we had to prepare this food for a catering event. So that basically meant there was even more food than normal that needed to be prepared. So on this morning, I woke up, I got ready, I got my hair fixed, I did my makeup, I got dressed, I grabbed my coffee, I grabbed my keys, I headed out the door, I got in my car, and as soon as I got to work that morning, there was no time to waste. We immediately had to begin preparing the food. So usually during meal prep time, you got to talk to your coworkers, or you could get your stuff done and then get on your phone. But this particular morning, we had to make 250 sandwiches, which was totally doable, but we had just enough time to do it. There was no spare time. So as a team, we actually accomplished this and we got the order complete and we sent it in the catering event or van to go to the catering event. And then we had to start preparing food for the lunch crowd. Now, usually we have a little bit more time to do this because we're there early in the morning, but we immediately began to make the food and get it ready. So by the time we got the food ready, the crowd started rolling in. So we handled the crowd for a couple of hours, and then once the lunch crowd had dissipated, it was now time to begin working on preparing the food for the dinner shift. So as you can imagine, I was busy the entire day that day. I had very little time to be distracted on my phone or watching TV nonstop, whatever the case may be. I had little time for thoughts to even creep in my head to tempt me with sin. I was so busy and focused that most of my day. So now let me tell you something. In this day and time, TikTok has made human attention span way lower. And staying focused, I think I worked 8 hours that day. So staying focused that long and doing tasks that long is absolutely exhausting. So I went home and I rested. But even when I rested, I was too tired to even think about being tempted about something or be led astray. Now, I've experienced quite the opposite day as well. I've definitely had days where I didn't have anything planned. I didn't do anything. I didn't focus my time or attention on completing any particular task. I did have some ideas in the back of my mind on things that I wanted to do, but it was no big priority to get them done. So I actually laid in bed all day. Can you even relate to this? Like, have you ever had a day where you just did nothing? Maybe you've had a couple days like this in a row. But do you ever notice what happens when you are laying in bed with no intention of anything to do? You start polluting your mind. You start inviting the distractions in. The devil starts using your mind as a playground, and he has all kinds of fun suggesting things to do. For example, you may be laying in bed and he starts off with something small. Maybe he says, the silence is too boring. You need to turn the TV on. So you get the TV on, you see the flashing commercials, the text, the scene switches, the music. And then he may try to convince you to grab that cell phone real quick and check your messages. So you grab your phone, you get your dopamine hit, and while you're on there, your friend sends you a TikTok. So you watch it, and then you watch another one, and another one, and another one, and all of this scrolling that has got you hooked is worked you up an appetite. So So now you're going to go to the kitchen, you're going to grab you a Coke, you're going to throw some pizza rolls in the microwave, you're going to get those done, come back to bed, you're going to stay on TikTok. And then all of a sudden, let's say you see something lustful on TikTok and it triggers your desire. So you find yourself on a porn website. And after you get finished doing what you do, let's say that you then get tempted to smoke some weed because now you just want to chill. And then after smoking your weed and eating your pizza rolls and watching your porn and TikToks, you fall asleep. And you wake up and it's the afternoon and you're hungry again, so you go to the kitchen and you get you some snacks. Now, honestly, I could go on and on about the cycle of this day, but the point of the matter is, how many times have you fed the devil in this example before the afternoon? The devil loved your playground. He got to experience the swings, the slide, tag, foursquare. You provided all kinds of adventures for him. You may say, well, staying busy just kind of keeps you distracted. You can't focus on your problems and solve them. Or if you stay busy all the time, you're going to have no time for silence or rest or relaxation. But I tell you this from experience. There is a huge difference between rest with intention and rest without having any intention. I have completely transformed my life around, and I have a morning routine that I am so strict about following. Now, part of this morning routine is praying every single morning. I get rest and silence and pray. And I also have a gratitude journal that I write in every morning, and I rest and relax while I write. My point is that you can incorporate resting and relaxing into your daily schedule, but have intention behind it. Pray in silence, journal while resting and relaxing, but keep the focus on God during those resting moments. It reminds me of a Bible verse. It's in 2 Thessalonians chapter 3. I believe it's verse 11 through 13. Paul writes, "We hear that some among you are idle and disruptive. They are not busy, they are busy bodies. Such people we command and urge in the Lord Jesus Christ to settle down and earn the food they eat. And as for you, brothers and sisters, never tire of doing what is good." So the point in that Bible verse that always stuck out to me was, they are not busy, but they are busy bodies. It's like in the very first story that I shared with you. I was so busy preparing food, I didn't have time to be on Facebook or Instagram analyzing someone else's life. I was producing meals to help others. But in the second story, with all the idle time, you have all the time in the world to spend analyzing and criticizing someone else's life. Now, I ask you this. Do you feel like spending time analyzing someone else's life is the best use of your energy? Can you use that energy towards producing something in this world that would serve other people? Instead of being a busybody, you could actually be busy producing something. If you're idle, you're disruptive. So after watching this video, become aware of how you spend your days. Do you notice that when you plan your day and focus on completing each part of it, that you don't have the time for the devil to come play at your playground? Or can you become more aware when he is trying to come and play? Like when you're laying down, you notice these little things that he's tempting you with, and you can leave them. I'm going to leave you with a question to ponder before this video ends. In what ways can you plan to not let the devil have reign over your idle mind? What solutions can you think of? If you resonated with this video and you've made it this far, consider giving it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Mwah!